Hi guys, how are you? My name is One Titanium, founder of Investing MMT or IMMT, and the co-founder of Pure MMT for the 100% Beyond Domains, along with my friend Edward Delzio, who is the author of The National Debit, a fantastic must-have book for everyone. If you want to understand the monetary system and macroeconomics, it's the foundation of everything. I think it's a must-have for everyone. Go out and buy it. And you will see what I'm talking about. I'm also I also run a Patreon channel at patreon.com/mindthisone for $5 a month. And that's mostly to keep the trolls out. Believe me, I don't make any money off $5 a month. But again, I think these are very important for everyone who seeks to understand macroeconomics, MMT, and how to take that information, apply it to the real world, and even apply it into investing. You're all welcome to come down, join us, see what it's all about. IMMT and Pure MMT are Facebook pages. Come down, like them, subscribe, see what we do there. And again, come down to Patreon, join us. And the way it works basically is that we talk about what's going on in the markets in real time via Facebook Messenger. And I also post videos on Patreon explaining how it all fits together. Now in this video, I've been giving you updates on Bitcoin. I told you that a while back that it's probably topping out and it's done. It's not like the other kinds of pullbacks we've had in Bitcoin. Can it go higher? Absolutely. There's evidence that can occur that will support Bitcoin, going higher. But for now, if I go back to the previous videos, and you can go back and watch them, okay. I gave you all the possibilities that could occur. And the first possibility I told you was when it finally did crash, because I said right in here, I said, look, when I wake up in the morning, Bitcoin is dead. Okay, after hitting 20,000 around 17, sure enough, the price action fell apart. And I also said at 11,000 you should be buying because you're looking for that next move up. Okay, and then we got that next move up. And then it stalled out right around 16 and change, and then it started to roll over. Okay, and now as you can see, it is doing what I expected it to do, which was option number 2, which is you'll get a big M pattern. So it will be a 1, 2, 3 M pattern, and it will form this. Okay, so that's what's happening right now in Bitcoin. Again, there's no fundamentals behind it, so it's kind of garbage. But I do know enough about charting where I can teach you and explain to you what's likely to happen next. Okay? Because charting, that's what it measures. It measures emotions. Okay? And there's definitely no fundamentals in Bitcoin, but it does measure emotions. As you can see, I have been right. With my, I don't want to call them predictions, but my forecast, what's likely to happen next for the past several videos. So now, here's going to be the important area, right down here. And, if it holds and bounces, okay, then if it breaks this trend line here, okay, or breaks the structure more so, not so much the line, it's about the structure. If it breaks, then you could see 30, 40, 50,000 dollar move back to the upside. But we're not there yet. Okay, we're not there yet, and this is why I've been making these videos, because I know there's a lot of people out there talking about Bitcoin, and they're all experts, but none of them really understand charting, and they don't understand human emotion and how to analyze good entries. And what's bearish, what's bullish, and how does that play out? I don't have a crystal ball to tell you what the future is going to hold. If I did, I would, I wouldn't be sitting here explaining to you how it works. I would just come out and say buy, sell, and that's it. But as we get more data, more information, we can, analyze that information and tell you what is likely to happen next. Okay, and as you can see, again, we are breaking down. We are testing previous lows, but the main previous low that we really want to test is this back here. Okay, and that coincides with the support area of the bigger structure. And let me show you that bigger. Okay, there it is. Okay, so this down here is going to be very key, because if this starts to fall apart, okay, then we're going to see 5,000. Again, a break of the trend line in of itself is not a whole big deal. The structure break-in is a much bigger deal. So I think we could very well see $10,000 breaking this low. Okay, break in and then back into the structure, which is very dangerous. Once it breaks into the structure, this can really fall apart. I mean, in an ugly way. But for now, the way we're going to approach this is we're going to wait to see how it behaves down here. We wanted to break the previous low, okay, and then even if it spikes down a little bit, okay, and that's hit that $10,000 mark, okay, we want to see how it's going to bounce quickly right back up. And if it does that, then we could be setting ourselves up for a much bigger push to the upside. If, on the other hand, it starts to fall back and does not bounce out of the structure quickly, then the whole thing is going to fall apart. It's going to get ugly. And the next stop is going to be somewhere around 5,000. Okay? It's going to get ugly. So, if we go back to the previous videos that I made, okay, just to give you an idea of what I was talking about the last video and how it has played out since then, as you can see, I have that lower high and then coming back down, and that's exactly what's happening now. But let's just listen to what I said in my last video. So, what are the options now? The options are, again, as I said, that we get a lower high and this collapses. That's number one. Now, if it comes down here and breaks inside the structure, this thing is going to fall apart. Okay, and you could see 5,000 very quickly. If it holds above the structure or this blue line here, okay, if you just zoom it out, you could get another bounce to the upside. It's possible. Okay, you could get another bounce. So it would look something like this. Okay, so it will be a 1, a 2, a 3. Okay, break the previous low, and then just reverse and blow everybody's mind out, and off it goes to 20, 30, 40, 50,000. But if what I think is going to happen, and I prove to be right, then you're going to see a 1, a 2, and then it will just accelerate to the downside. Okay, and the game is over for a while. Just like the way it kind of moved here. Right, it just kind of bye-bye. Okay, so you get my point, right? So that's what I'm talking about. I'm just, you've seen how price action since my last video has broken this structure, which was a 1, 2, 3 up within the structure, okay, has fallen apart and now has come all the way back down here. All right, so this pattern that I'm talking about in this video is starting to play out. That prices will go lower. So, you can see how the analysis works. It's, it's pretty solid. So just to come back into today, right? That was the rising wedge that I was talking about in the previous video. It's fallen apart. This was bullish. It ended up being bullish, but which, worked out perfectly. If you were on my Patreon subscription, you would have seen this as I posted it in real life, in real time. Okay, and then what happened? It just collapsed. There it is. All right. Now we can make an argument it's a 1, 2, 3 down, but it's within this structure, and you can't count every single wave. You have to just stick with what's going on And once emotions start to kick in, people are just going to start selling because of fear, and it could get very ugly very quickly. And also we're going to talk about this head and shoulders here. All right, it failed to continue to break up. The neckline is pointing to the downside, which means it's bearish, and it is at a top. All right. So again, when you trade, it's not about guessing. It's about what's more likely. And when you understand charting, just bare knuckle charting, just price action, and understand structures of waves and so on. And it's not Elliott wave, so don't come in here and tell me about Elliott wave. This is Nick wave. All right. So the next thing now we want to see is how it's going to behave down here. This is going to be the key. It's going to break the previous low. Is it going to bounce? If it breaks through, is it going to bounce quickly back up like it did here? Okay. If that's the case, then we're gonna have a bullish case to the upside. If not, then the game is over. 10,000 is not going to be enough. The next stop is going to be somewhere like around 5,000. All right. So that's it for this video update. As it develops, I'll just make another video. And as you can see, you have to wait for the data. You have to let the structure play out. You have to let the charts tell you what's going on instead of you imposing your will to the moon or to the end. That's just, that's horseshit. If you're thinking like that, just give me your money now, because you're going to end up a loser in the end. Just like I said, the more likely scenario down here was that we're going to get an up move. We got the up move. And then I told you, more likely than not, we're going to have a higher low. We got the higher low. Now it's rolling over. Okay, so, is it coincidence or is it knowledge of charting? I'll let you be the judge of that. Okay, that's it. Take care. Have a nice day. Come down. Join us on Patreon. If you want to learn more about IMMT, if you want to learn more about charting and how macroeconomics works, how the monetary system works, how you can apply that into the real world in various ways. Come on down. It's $5 a month. Again, I'm not making money off $5. It's more to keep the trolls out and to help people understand how to do all these things. And by the way, now we have a new service where we have a 401k example and how we're going to manage this 401k. That I think is going to appeal to a lot more people, because there's not enough education out there for people to know how to manage their 401k portfolios. That's it. Thanks a lot again. See you later. Bye-bye.